Hey guys, again, this is Lokendra, and thank you for coming to this video. So, this is the next video after the introduction of the data types. So, if you have not seen that video, it's in an I link. Basically, it's a pre-video to this. You just have a look on top of it, and here we are gonna talk about the numbers in Python. That is the first data type that we will talk about, and we will understand how to consume it, how they're useful, how they're important, and yeah. So let's get started. Okay, so in this video we are we're gonna talk about numbers. So these have integers and floats. So what are integers? Integers are nothing just are whole numbers, and you know whole numbers, right? And if in float they are the decimal numbers, right? So if I just go ahead and so try starting with integers. So integers are numbers 1 2 3 0 to 9, anything that you can think of, right? So yes, before we get into it, like guys, I've already told, like if you want to use Jupyter Notebook to one more level, we just a quick takeaway for this session that you can just click on this new. If you want to save it, just click on download as and the format that you want to download, and the format you want to save this file as. So as I already told in the last video about the type of the files, Python file already gets saved in the py extension, or maybe notebook in this notebook that we are working on. It is also being saved in this ipynb format, right? So now let's come back to the topic. So these are the integers. So here in Python, in this notebook, we can simply start playing with the numbers, but yes, we will also talk about the variable declaration and what to say variable declaration and variable consumption in this heading, because they are really important for us to move forward. In last video we did talk about a little bit, but this is something that we will talk. Okay, so let's take one by one. So integers, so mathematical calculators, right? If I say 4 minus 4, you know what is the number, so it will give you 0. So Python notebook is very smart for us. It helps us in showing the output there itself, but in the real world you will have to save and run as python 3 space filename.py, right? Because we're using python 3, so we have to explicitly write python 3, but in an earlier version it you can write it the way you want. Okay, so this is minus, normal minus that we are aware of. And if I go to the next line and if I want to do 4 plus 4, it will give you 8. Similarly, you can do more with your mathematics. 4 cross 4, it will give you multiplication. And again, if you want to do 4 divided by 4, and you know the answer already. And if I run this, I can also use the shortcut control enter to run this line of code, or maybe I can just simply run this. So guys, sometimes I can toggle the header also, just to maximize my area for coding. But I can just simply put this on and off, right? So I'm just, of now I'm just putting it toolbar. Okay, so okay, I think you understood. So now normally I will run this by control enter. Okay, now so if I go and run this, and then if I, okay, let me keep this open because I don't know the shortcut for this plus sign, but yes. Okay, now here, next thing that we're going to talk about today is very important. That is the modulo, right? Is very important, and modulos are already, modulos are basically this sign, right? So person, people who have a little prior experience of development, they will understand all this, but people who are new into this, let me explain this. This modulo is kind of checking the remainders of divisions. So for example, if I write 7 modulo 5, so it will give you remainder as 2. Okay, so that means 7 divided by 5, that means it 2 is a remainder. So in this we can check too many things. Maybe a number is even or not, or it's an odd or something of that sort. So modulo is a new operator that we will mostly will be using here, right? Other than this, if you want to do the similar operations with the floating numbers, so we can just see that 4.4 plus 4.4, these are the floating numbers, and if I perform mathematical addition to it, it will perform likewise. You can do a complex calculations like using a BODMAS that you are already aware of. If not, then BODMAS is a bracket of multiplication, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction, something like that. And then maybe if you're doing this, so it will perform the way it should perform. So you know already, and if not, then if you run this, you will have the answers coming up. Okay, so this was pretty much about integers and numbers, but yes, next thing that we're going to talk about this particular section is variables. So variables are not only for integers and numbers, but they will be used throughout the learning of Python in future. They will be also, termed as objects or something, because it will have more impact. So let's first understand what are variables. Okay, so, and if anybody is having an idea about variables, can just type whatever he feels about variables in the comment and let me know. Okay, so variables. What are variables? Variables are just nothing. They are the placeholders, right? Placeholders are dynamic containers which can hold any value at any point of time. Okay, the key benefit of using Python here is like Python have more flexibility with the type of the variables they're holding, right? In Java, another language, we used to specify the type of variables that we are allocating. But for now, let's say I simply take a number, let's say an English variable, a is equals to 4. That means I have created a variable with the name of a, which is having a value of 4. So this to understand all this, we have LHS, which is equals to RHS. And what is RHS? Is the right hand side, and LHS is left hand side. So left hand side will have a dynamic variable with the name A or any name that you can feel of. There are certain rules to declare a variable, out of which we will discuss some of them right just now. But yes, that's how it is. So if I take, let's say, my var is equals to 44 or something like this, this is again a variable which is being allocated with the number 33, 43, 43, right? So that is how, if I just try to print this my var, I will just simply write and print. So this my var is holding a value of my var 3344, and it is getting printed. Now let's say if I reassign this with some other number, so it will happen that this value of 33344 334343 will be removed, and a new value of 3434 will be printed. You see, so that is how the variables are the empty containers, and these values, their values can be changed and as per the processing needs. Okay, now let's understand some rules of variables. So there can be many rules. There are many rules, but few of them which we normally should take care of are as below. So like first thing that we know in variables. So okay, before that, do you know what is this hash that we are printing again and again? So these are the comments, right? These are comments which interpreter ignores. So we should understand that in Python, we will have to pass on certain messages or certain line of inputs to the developer who is actually referring your code at the later stage. For that, we use this hash. The hash is for commenting. So anything that is being written in hash will be ignored. Okay. So now, if I say first rule is it should not start with numbers. So if I want to create a variable va like this, it will it is not possible. So if I try to print 3rff, it will give me an error, invalid syntax. So this is not correct, and it should not be a group of words. Example, if I want to take a variable, let me just paste it here, and if I write ABAC is equals to 45, and if I want to print ABAC, this is not possible. It will again, first it will, let me just get rid of this so that we see a different error, and you see it says invalid syntax. So this is not possible, but yes, special characters between them is possible. So that is how you can club two words and print them. ABAB is not defined because I have taken ABAC above, and then I'll run this, I'll get the value of 34. Okay, this is very important. Next thing is it should not start with a number, it should not start with a special symbol. And okay, so another rule can be it should not start with special symbols. Okay, so there are certain other exceptions in this which we will learn over a period of time, but yes, normally we should remember this way. And they are case sensitive. They are case sensitive. Case sensitive. What do you mean by case sensitive? That means if I take AB is equals to 34 and I take AB is equals to 35, and if I, okay, let me take this B, and if I print AB, and if I print AB, and if I run, you will see two different output coming up. So they are case sensitive. So whatever you do up is different, right? So that is very important. And if I declare a variable with the name of this and Loki, and if I print, let me just first put this in a single quote, maybe leave it. When we'll talk about strings, we'll talk about this. But let I'm giving 34, and if I'm printing this underscore name, then you see, uh, okay, that was an indentations. We'll talk about indentations also. But yes, see, this is special thing. Underscores are accepted in variable declaration. Okay, so few things that you don't have to learn at all, but yes, if you try to focus on the little pre-standards, then we should we'll understand it more. Now question is, why do we have to really remember all this by heart? I would say, see, why it is needed, because interpreters are also are also guided line of inputs being written. Okay, and one should, if at all we are talking in any language, then we should know the primary variables, primary rules to talk, right? So these are the primary rules. Okay, so that is the main reason why we should know. Okay, so variable declarations are working in any format. Maybe tomorrow we'll learn lists, strings. There also it will work likewise only. Okay, so three takeaways. One is integers. Integers are, or maybe numbers, or floating numbers are nothing but normal mathematical calculations that we do. Similarly, we do it with the decimal numbers. You can do addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. And next is the variable, which is like a common topic, and where we know that left hand side is a variable which holds, contains, like a container which holds a value which is on the right hand side. Okay, and next is the print. Yes, print, if I have not talked about, let's talk about print also. Print is the method which is available for printing the value on the screen, on for the as an output screen. So whatever you do inside this it will just print that thing on the console output screen, right? Next thing that we talked about are the variables, are the hash, basically comments, which are something which interpreter ignores and is not a part of the installation. So this video is basically helping you to develop some standard fundamentals, so that you do not create these kind of mistakes. And these are not mistakes, these are the standards which interpreter would like to understand and would like to expect from you, because he is a program itself who is written, and these things are checkpoints for them, right? So if I am, and now next is what are the rules to declare. First thing, there should not be a word, it should not start with a number, they are case sensitive, and they can start with certain special symbols, but sometimes there are some exceptions that we will learn, right? Now let's simply say, do one more example. For example, I say, write a program to take four numbers and find the sum of all of them. Okay, guys, if you want to try, just pause this video, do the program, and paste the output in the comment box. If not, then if you want to see and follow, just see here. So I'll take one variable where one, I can take any variable. One is equals to, let's say, 3. I take another variable where 2, 4, where 3 is equals to 5, where 4 is equals to 6. Guys, few important things. There is no need for space here. You can just do it without space also, but for the clarity and clean code writing, I use this. Okay, and then if I say m sum, any variable that I feel like, I'll take m sum. I will write where 1 plus where 2 plus where 3 plus where 4. And if I print this, print m sum, and if I do that, and you will see that sum is being printed here, right? Okay, now let's learn one more thing today, that how to print a beautiful message, print a beautiful message. Why beautiful message? Because printing number 18 as a blank is something which is not giving me no clue, because I am a developer, I know that this is printing the sum, but for the reader it is just a number, right? So here what I can do, I can pass on a message in the print itself and say the sum of taken numbers are is, and then I can put comma, and then I can put variable. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to pass two kind of variables to a print and printing them. So this kind of variable is called strings, which we will of course learn in the next video. But here we will just pass on our variable name, and if I run this time, I will see that the message is more beautiful than this boring message. Okay, so that's how you can print the message beautifully. There are other ways also, formatting and all, that we will take it as and when it comes to our knowledge and need. Okay, now next thing. Okay guys, who all have done this correct can just write in the comment or else follow this. Okay, next question. So let me say, write a program to take two numbers and find the product of two numbers, these numbers, and that's it. Guys, if you wanna try again, I'd say pause the video, do it, and come back to the screen to see the answer. Okay, so I think we can get started. So two numbers, where one is equals to 45, where two is equals to 46. Product, where one product, let's say I'm taking a real M product, and I'll say where one and two, where two, and I will just print with a beautiful message the product of two numbers, uh, M product, right? 156. Okay, so now next question. So let's find out the power of given number. What is the power of given number? Tell me. Let's say I want to find the 2 raised to the power 4 or something like that. Maybe 2 raised to the power 2 raised to the power 4. Guys, if you know, if you want to try, again, pause the screen and come back and do. What I will do, I will just simply say, I'll say my var is equals to 2, and say I'm power, let's say 2 2 star star 4. And if I write, this is a variable, so I have to print this equals to sign, and I write print, and I write something like this. First, let me first check the output, and then I can 2 raised to the power of 4 is something like this. Okay. Okay, so next question that we can take is on another number. Let's say we do some complex mathematics. Let's say take numbers of 5 subjects and find the average of them. Uh, Again, of them all. Interested people can pause the video and can try. Okay, I'm just starting. So let's say subject 1, I say out of 100, let's say. Okay, so I'm giving 81, subject 2 91, subject 3 95. I never got these marks. Subject 4, then let's say 7, and this is a mistake, it should be equals to, and subject 5 is 89. Okay, now if I have to find the average of the number. Okay, so if you want to find the average, so what I will do is I will first find the sum of all the numbers. So I will just sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, sub 4, and sub 5. And then for average, I will say avj is equals to m sum divided by 5. And I will print message the average of the numbers, and then I'll put message space comma avj 1. 86.2 is my average, right? That's my average mark, and percentage is similarly, like you can trade. You guys can extend this program to your level of few things. Let's say let's create some mistakes. So the first thing that I saw is that su4 is not defined, which means this variable that it is trying to read is not available, which means it is available at the name of sub4. So first mistake. Next, in case if I do this, then again I will have a mistake. It says invalid syntax. That means I don't know what exactly I'm trying to do at this place, right? Another issue that I can create, instead of this, pass some other. So this is also an error. It says it's not defined. It just starts taking this as a complete number. So what exactly we need to do? We need to divide. Another good practice that you should follow, that I should actually tell that what exactly I'm doing. So just now finding the average of the number. This way you can pass on the message. Finding the sum of all the subjects, and this way you can kind of kindly decorate your program for the user's readability. Okay, so guys, this was all about numbers and variables, and we did learn how the variable is being declared, what are the rules, and how exactly you can use it. And in the integers and numbers, floating and integers, how to do mathematical calculations around it, right? So guys, if you have any problem related to this, just let us know in the comment box. Any extra discussion that we need to do, we will also post a separate video for a complete exhaustive list of examples for this. So you can take this as an assignment, or maybe you can follow that to learn more around it. Okay, and yes guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have not liked, or maybe if you have not subscribed the video, please subscribe it so that you keep on getting the future updates. Okay, this is Lokendra signing off. Thank you. Bye bye.